الكلمة اللي بعد كده لسيدنا نيافة الحبر الجليل الأنبا سوريال، هيكلمنا عن المعايير العالمية لاعتماد المؤسسات التعليمية، تجربة ساكوتك، وهيشرح لنا يعني ايه الكلمة دي. بس قبل كده هيعرض لنا 10 دقايق عن المعاهد والكليات اللاهوتية في أمريكا وأوروبا. سيدنا أسقف كرسي ملبورن في استراليا، وعميد كلية القديس أثناسيوس اللاهوتية الأرثوذكسية باستراليا أيضا، وهو حاليا بيعمل دكتوراه عن القديس أبونا الحبيب حبيب جرجس في موضوع التربية الدينية في نيويورك أيضا، وهو حاصل على الماجستير في التربية الدينية. تفضل يا سيدي.
أهلا سيدنا. I will first speak for a few moments about the theological colleges outside of Egypt.
أنا الأول عايز أخذ بعض اللحظات في إن أنا أتكلم عن المعهد اللاهوتي في مصر.
لا إحنا لو ترجمنا مش هنخلص النهاردة لأن اللي مش هلحق. هحاول ان انا اقول شويه عربي يعني، بس لو فقدس بابا كان طلب مني اعمل تقرير عن المعاهد اللاهوتيه خارج مصر. فهم 10 معاهد لاهوتيه في استراليا وفي اوروبا وفي امريكا. ففي معهد البابا شنودة الثالث في لوس انجليز، اتأسس في سنة 89. they offer a Master of Divinity. عندهم تقريبا 117 طالب، 7 full time و 38 part time. دي المعلومات اللي جات لي. والفيز اللي هم they charge $100 per unit، والاوديتورز ايضا $100 per unit. And scholarships they can waiver fees at the discretion of the dean or the secretary. The chancellor or secretary is Father Philemon Mikhail. You can see there the academic dean and the teaching staff, but there is no information about the qualifications or where they are from. عندهم قاعة محاضرات واحدة، المكتبة فيها تقريبا 120 كتاب. Mainly biblical commentaries, pastoral theology, liturgy, and world religions. And with respect to marketing, they have announcements at churches at the beginning of each semester. Some events that they had during the centenary of the theological college that they attended in 1993 and also in 2004 in the USA. During the visit of His Holiness Pope Shenouda III, he visited the college. Study abroad, some of the students had come to Egypt and took some units or studies at St. Bishoy Monastery with His Holiness Pope Shenouda III. The second college in the US is that of St. Athanasius Theological Seminary in Texas. And they have a website, as you can see there. It was established in 2002. They offer a Bachelor of Divinity and also an audit certificate. They teach, some of the units they teach on theology of mission, leadership and management, a total of 97 students, 13 auditors. They have some non-Copt studying with them, 11. 4 clergy have graduated, 6 are students, and students entering the ministry are none at the moment. They also have some online study and exams using the Joomla learning management system, and their units are $75 each. And here is a list of their academic staff. there was no qualification sent, so we have no idea about that. Facilities, they actually use facilities at their retreat center in Florida. They have 4 conference rooms, guest rooms, as you can see there. Orientation for students begins at the beginning of each semester. They only have graduation ceremonies when there is a large group of graduates. 29 واحد اتخرجوا لغاية دلوقتي وفي المستقبل عاوزين هم إن شاء الله تكون كلية معتمدة. The third college in America is that of Pope Shenouda III in New Jersey, also not accredited, but I didn't receive any information on it. And then in Europe, we have St. Athanasius the Apostolic Coptic Orthodox Theological College. The website you can see there. It is headed by His Grace Bishop Angelos in Stevenage. تأسست سنة 97 مش معتمدة. الفيز بتاعت each unit is 30 British pounds. They have 10 students studying part-time, 3 auditors, 2 non-Copts. The teaching staff you can see there and some of their qualifications. They have a librarian. They have over 1,000 volumes in their library. Also includes a private collection that has been donated by a prominent Egyptologist from Cambridge University, 2 lecture theaters, a student lounge, and a cafeteria. They have a student orientation day. They have a graduation ceremony when required. 3 have graduated so far. Some brochures and posters, but were not sent to us. That is, the next one is in Krüffelbach in Germany, also by the name of Pope Shenouda III. It was established in 2002. They are taught in blocks of period because people come from all over Europe to study with them. They have about 35 to 40 students studying part-time, and some auditors, and some priests from other Oriental Orthodox churches also studying with them. It is 100 euros annually for those that can afford to pay. These is some of the staff that is teaching there, or the faculty, some of our metropolitans and bishops, and some fathers and lecturers, as you can see there. And some photos that they sent to us. They have عندهم 4 قاعات للمحاضرات. عندهم مكتبة فيها أكثر من 15,000 كتاب و periodicals, many different dictionaries in different languages, 80 language dictionaries, a PC with library cataloging software, photocopiers and printers, and they have a periodical by the name of St. Marcos. Student lounge accommodates up to 25 students. They also have a staff lounge, 2 dining halls accommodating 200 to 300 people, and this is at the monastery.
فاضل دقيقتين يا سيد.
So I will move on quickly. We have another theological college in Vienna, but we not received any information on it. A theological college also in South Africa, but we have no information on it. And 2 in Australia, 1 in Sydney by the name of Pope Shenouda III, established in 82. They have also correspondence courses, their teaching staff, 1 lecture theater, about 10,000 volumes in their library. This is one of their flyers. They have a publication called Logos Magazine, which is a theological magazine that they publish regularly. And the last one is that of St. Athanasius in Melbourne, established in 2001. We offer a diploma in theology and the audit certificate. It's the first accredited theological college through the MCD University of Divinity. We have 69 students studying part-time, 58 in the accredited stream, and 14 auditors. The fees is $1,152 per unit and $350 for auditors. This is set by the university, not by us. But students can get help through the government to pay for the fees. We have many marketing material, the promotional video that was handed out to you, the handbook. We have a very good website, Facebook page, newsletters that come out regularly. Some publications we already started publishing. The course structure, there is 4 core units, 4 electives in 4 fields: humanities, biblical studies, Christian thought and history, ministry and mission. We have a college council, we have an academic board, we have a constitution, and it is registered company. And here is the certificate from the MCD University of Divinity recognizing our theological college as a college of the university. These are some of our staff or faculty that are studying at the moment or continuing with PhDs and master's degrees. This is our academic staff at the moment. 2 lecture theatres accommodating 48 and 32 students, fully equipped with video conferencing, AV facilities, a library that has over 5,500 volumes. It is all online using Koha library system, and also we have access to many online databases through the MCD University. We have a student lounge, a bookshop. It is also available online. Students can order books online through our bookshop, multi-purpose hall. This is our site. As you can see, it is a 22-acre property. 3 or 4 symposia that we have held on St. Athanasius, St. Cyril of Alexandria, on monasticism, and on St. Severus this year. And also exhibitions that were accompanying these conferences or symposium.
انتهى الوقت.
And so I will finish with this presentation there and go on to the next one.
Thank you. شكرا يا سيدنا. دلوقتي نيافتك فاضل بالظبط 17 دقيقة عشان تخلص المحاضرة الثالثة، وهي المعايير العالمية لاعتماد المؤسسات التعليمية طبقا للتجربة SACOTC.
SACOTC is the abbreviation of St. Athanasius Coptic Orthodox Theological College. So this was a very long process and a very difficult process for us. But since the 80s, some of the servants in Melbourne wanted to see a theological college to be established there. And so when I came in 1999, this was one of the top priorities that I had. And in 2000, we received approval from His Holiness Pope Shenouda III to establish St. Athanasius College. In 2002, we moved to a larger property, this 22-acre property at the beginning of 2002. In 2009, we had our first graduation ceremony before we received accreditation. And in 2002, the first classes in SACOTC officially accredited diploma in theology began on 27th of February 2012. So I will go through a quick timeline that will show you the process, how it went. So we began in late 2008. We first expressed interest in becoming a recognized teaching institution of what was then called the Melbourne College of Divinity, and we were asked to submit an official application. In 11th of June 2009, we met with the Melbourne College of Divinity and formally submitted an application to become a recognized teaching institution. And here you see a photo with the Dean of MCD and with the registrar and some of the fathers that were assisting me at the time. The application to become a recognized teaching institution was submitted in July 2009. We had to pay $25,000 upon submission, and $10,000 of this was refunded upon acceptance of the application. We had to give a brief history of the church and the reasons for the application, our mission and vision and values, our governance and accountability structures, the composition of our council, what type of recognition we were looking for, what awards we wanted to teach, what were the faculty qualifications and teaching experience. They wanted to know something about the students that were studying with us, their viewpoints, something about the community life and engagement with the wider society, our library resources and teaching facilities, our administrative support, and also our financial stability. Do we have the finances to be able to sustain our theological college? So those were the main parts of the application. So some of the reasons that we put forward for the application: aspiration of the college to pursue academic excellence in the field of theological education while being true to our heritage. The most appropriate way to deliver our mission and realize the aspiration of the community was to become a recognized teaching institution of the Melbourne College of Divinity. And this really gives us accountability to maintain the proper academic standard. The university or the MCD are not interested in the doctrine, but they are interested that we are accountable to maintain the proper academic standards. SACOTC needed to draw on a sound academic and administrative structure to continue to grow, introducing accountability by an overarching structure such as the MCD would add credibility to the college and inform our own internal processes to the betterment of our student population. The Council is also of the view that the collegiality that would be made available to our staff and students would enhance, develop, and attract higher caliber staff and students. SACOTC has much to offer also to the MCD. We would be the first recognized teaching institution from the Orthodox tradition, enhancing the ecumenical mission of the MCD, and we would be able to offer to interested students from the MCD an opportunity to study and appreciate theology from the Orthodox viewpoint and undertake units of study that are not offered or could not be offered by other recognized teaching institutions of the university. And this was the mission statement that we have: to provide deep appreciation and understanding of Orthodox Christianity and Coptic heritage. This is achieved through scholarship, research, and the pursuit of academic excellence, following the tradition of the Catechetical School of Alexandria. We aim to foster the spiritual growth and to develop the gifts of each individual through the pursuit of prayer, knowledge, communication, service, mission, and fellowship to each other through the grace of God. Our vision, the college's vision, is to become a theological teaching institute that is recognized both nationally and internationally, simultaneously building a library and resources unique in the Southern Hemisphere. The college views its position as a center of excellence in teaching and research in the fields of Orthodox theology, ministry, and Coptic studies. And the values: to uphold the Orthodox tradition and faith of the Church, to uphold the forms of the Church's life, namely koinonia, didache, liturgia, and kerygma, to value the dignity of all members of the college community and guard freedom from all forms of discrimination, to engage, develop, and contribute to the spiritual formation of each individual who comes into contact with the college. And you can see the rest of the values there. And also community life and engagement with the wider society. This was part of the application, and we spoke about this in some detail. And then in July 2009, we also submitted the first draft of unit proposals that were submitted to the Coursework Studies Committee. They had to be reworked and resubmitted several times. It was a new process for us and took some time to get this correct. In August 2009, the first draft of the application was approved by the MCD in principle, but more information was required from the MCD. In October 13, 2009, the Academic Audit Committee, comprising the chair of the Academic Board and Coursework Studies Committee, the Dean and Registrar of the MCD, met with the SACOTC Council to discuss the application and how we can move forward with it. And here you see a photo with them and some of my staff at the college, here at our theological college. The Academic Audit Committee, there was a panel meeting that came to our college to meet with us and to discuss the application. They met with the Dean of the college and the college executive, focusing on governance and accountability matters, including any major financial issues. The panel inspected the library, met with the library staff, focusing on the adequacy of resources to support courses taught and the library's distinctive holdings. Then they met with the faculty, focusing on issues relating to teaching, formation, administration, church involvement, community engagement, and so on. They also met with some of the students, for example, ordination candidates, and so on. There was an opportunity for any college member to make a submission to the audit panel. Panel meets on their own to gather thoughts, formulate initial recommendations, and possibly particular questions needing additional information. The audit panel then meets with anyone they wish to speak with further. Then they meet with the college senior staff to communicate their major recommendations and comments. So you can see it is a very lengthy process. It is not easy. October 2009, a second draft of all of the units that were being taught were submitted again to the Coursework Studies Committee. Again, more work was required of us. March, September 2010, third rework of the unit proposals. This, again, as I mentioned, took some time. We were mentored by some academics from other colleges of the MCD, and SACOTC was asked to submit applications for all of our faculty to be accredited in one of the sessions later. September 22, 2011, crucial meeting for approval of units and faculty. It doesn't go as expected. We thought that everything would go smoothly and completed by then. There were 15 unit proposals submitted. In principle, they were accepted, but they needed a bit more work. And also, they accredited in this meeting 5 of our faculty. October 17, 2011, the Academic Audit Committee of MCD meets with SACOTC to discuss progress on previous findings. The approval required from 3 key committees of the MCD before the MCD Council can approve our accreditation. Needs to go through the academic board first, then the Coursework Studies Committee, and then the Finance and Investment Committee. Then if all those 3 approve, then it goes to the MCD Council for final approval. So November 24, 2011, the Finance and Investment Committee unanimously recommended SACOTC should become a recognized teaching institution of MCD. On November 25, 2011, also the Academic Board unanimously recommended that we be accredited. And in December 5, 2011, the third of those committees. The Academic Audit Committee also unanimously recommended our approval. And finally, on December 7, 2011, the MCD Council approves St. Athanasius Coptic Orthodox Theological College as an RTI of the MCD and the first Coptic Orthodox college to be accredited. It is a humble and small beginning, but at least we have begun the process. But we have still a very, very long journey ahead of us. January 1, 2012, the Melbourne College of Divinity became the first specialized university in Australia and now known as the MCD University of Divinity, and began operating as a university having 10 colleges, and we were the first Orthodox college to join the university. February 29, 2012, we signed a memorandum of understanding between ourselves and the new university, and you see here some photos of that very historic and important day for us. The university began to develop a vision and mission and also some important graduate attributes. What should each graduate of the university, of all the colleges, should have? These attributes are 5 of them: to learn, articulate, communicate, engage, serve, and there is some explanation of this. The university began to put a strategic plan for the future. And then there is many regulations now as a college of the university that we must abide by very carefully. In the information that you received, there is websites. If you are interested, you can go to the university website and you can see all of these policies, but I don't have time to go through them now. You can see here a whole wide list of policies and procedures that we must abide by. I will mention only 3 of them. The course development procedure: to begin a new course, diploma in theology, master in theology, whatever it may be, there is very clear guidelines how this is to be approved. How to accredit each new lecturer, there is a policy for this. How to approve each unit that is being taught, there is also a very clear policy for this, and you'll find this all on the university website.
دقيقتين سيدنا.
Okay. The fees payable to the university, we pay them an affiliation fee of $2,500 per year. They also take a capitation fee of 14.85% for each unit. So each unit for each student is $1,152. The university takes $171 of this. This is for undergraduate. For graduate courses, it is $1,794 per unit. Now, because they have become a university and they are trying to grow and expand, they are proposing a new fee structure. They will request of each college to pay $30,000 per year rather than $2,500 per year, and a capitation fee of 25% of each of the unit fees. But we are currently negotiating this with them. We told them we are still young, we are still growing, so hopefully they are agreeing that we will begin by paying $5,000 affiliation fee instead of the $30,000, and to have a sliding scale instead of 25% capitation fee, to begin with 15% in 2017, and as you can see there, to slowly increase that. So this has been the process. There has been a great excitement about this step in my diocese. And as I mentioned, we have 68 students studying the diploma in theology. 58 of them are accredited, and about 14 are auditors. And we are hoping in 2015 to expand, to offer some graduate awards, graduate diplomas and graduate certificates and the next step after this to reach master's level. And I began to send some people abroad to continue further the study to get masters and PhDs so that they can complete the needs for our staff as we continue in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. شكرا سيدنا. شكرا.